Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Odia Pauline, a fashion designer and content creator, and today we are wrapping up our April favorites for 2026. Now I actually did this video last month for the month of March, which was my birthday month. I kind of wanted to create like a capsule video of everything I loved for that month, especially because it was my birthday, and I didn't think I was going to be able to make more of these, but I'm very happy to say that April inspired me quite a lot and I have so much to share with you guys. So let's just start right off with fashion and beauty. My lola had commissioned me to make a Filipiniana set for her, and because of that, I have delved deep into Filipiniana sleeves and the history of it. I have since grown to have an appreciation for our Filipiniana, specifically the traje de mestiza as well as the Filipiniana butterfly sleeves, which are, I predict personally, to trend as soon as that Filipino DreamWorks movie comes out, because you know how it is with Americans and gentrification. But on the plus side, I have grown to appreciate it a lot more, and I am looking forward to hopefully learning how to make it properly, the traditional kind of way, before I really adapt it into my own designs. I find that it's super lovely to make and to hold into my hands because it's a piece of my culture, and I never realized how important that was to me, especially nowadays with everyone being global and the world just kind of mixing together in like a weird salad. I feel like it's really important to hold on to certain traditions like that, like Filipino costuming, Filipino attire, and not forget our roots because we are expanding so quickly and I don't want to forget where we came from. Lace fabrics have become a part of my fabric sourcing weekly. I am so obsessed with it for some reason. Maybe it's because it's trending and I also personally love lace. Like a good piece of lace, especially one with beads. Sorry, I needed to drink a bit of water. I'm so parched for some reason. I don't know what is in my head right now, but maybe it's because it's summer and I'm looking for different ways to style clothing without using heavy fabrics. But I'm really in love with lace, especially all the different laces coming out of Divisoria right now. My suppliers are very, very good at finding and selling lace. I have been incorporating lace into a lot of my personal designs rather than my personal style. I have put it in my bridal collection, which I have actually sort of like soft launched on my socials because I've run out of other things to post and I didn't really want to gatekeep my concepts and my designs before the actual thing is released. And I feel like people have also been agreeing with me. Lace is so in, especially for bridal. It's so romantic. It is so Victorian, and everybody is going to be wearing lace for the foreseeable future because it is timeless, it is hard to get rid of, and it does not age like milk. I feel like it's such a good trend to follow if you're someone who prefers to follow trends rather than set your own. I think that's something that you can definitely look into as a fabric for your own personal wardrobe or for your own art. Speaking of designs, I'm also very interested in Grecian draping and Greek goddess mythology. I have read this book called Venus and Aphrodite a while back, and to this day, it is one of my favorite books. Actually, I used to listen to this podcast back in the pandemic, which is like this, I think it's Tales, and then there's Mythology by Parcast Network. I listened to them a lot before, and I've been revisiting it a lot lately as well because I just love Greek mythology. I love everything about it and also the aesthetic that comes with it. It's not really my vibe per se, but I feel like it aligns really well to the whole romantic age that's coming about, especially in fashion. And I want to get ahead of everyone else. And also, technique wise, I love draping. Draping fabrics is so fun. It's so, I don't know, it's something that's very easy. It comes really easily to me personally, and I like to incorporate it a lot in my designs. And I have a feeling personally that Grecian style and the draping style, you know, the asymmetrical shoulders and such, is going to trend in the next summer, like maybe next year. For makeup, I am an avid fan of reusing what you have and trying not to buy more. I've kind of stopped taking on makeup collaborations for the most part because I feel like I have too much makeup already. So I've actually given away a bunch of flower nose. I've given a bunch of my stuff away, like especially eyeshadows because I have too many palettes. Because I've been getting rid of my other makeup, I've been actually able to narrow down my everyday essentials, including but not limited to my Makeup Forever foundation as well as an Evian mist spray. Special mention goes to the Rhode blush in, I believe this is Freckle Pocket Blush. I think the shade is called Freckle. It's so cool. My mom gave this to me for Christmas. I've been using it religiously ever since, and I feel like it reacts the best to my skin because I have skin asthma, and I feel like the color just settles really well. I'm actually wearing it right now, so it's like very natural. It's very Nina Park like, which I love because Nina Park's makeup is so natural looking and but it's still very like fancy. My tita also gave me this mascara that came from Japan. Specifically, it's a can make mascara. It's called the Can Make Tokyo Meta Look Mascara. That's a lot, but it's actually really cool. It has this like really thin brush. Instead of like the usual brush, it's actually incredibly skinny and it's like metal, so it feels really cold to the touch. And it's actually very natural looking when you apply it. I think this comes at a perfect time because for some reason nobody wants to wear mascara anymore. And personally, I am all for mascara. I think it makes your lashes look more dramatic and fancy, and I am totally against the no mascara look. I love mascara, but if you're looking for something more natural, like for an everyday look, I highly recommend this one just because it is understated and also very easy to remove. Go Retro by MAC is the lipstick I have been using for the month of April. Maybe because I've been looking towards a more casual look. I have not had many events this month, so I've been holed up in my atelier focusing on work and also designing. But when I film, I also still want to have a sort of fancy red lip, and this is like the fanciest casual red lip that you could possibly have. The shade is really beautiful. It is like this almost nude red, if that's how I'm gonna describe it, I guess. It's beautiful and I highly recommend it for people who want like a matte lip that isn't too over the top, especially when they love and prefer the color red. Let's talk about my atelier now, because for the last month I have been preparing it to kind of house more people. I have been, decorating it a lot. I recently got these pieces of furniture from my boyfriend who was a scientist. So, by pure luck, the place he works at gives away a lot of free samples from the furniture brands that work with him. And we recently got these shell pieces, which are absolutely gorgeous, as well as these vases and rattan waste baskets and trays and even these cappy shell trash cans, which apparently retail for like $100, which just goes to show that people really like to overprice work from Filipinos and yet they don't want to credit us. Side eye. I've been super duper happy to be able to create a space for myself to work and to be inspired, because for the longest time when I had that studio I was so uninspired because it was messy, dusty, and because I got those pieces of furniture, I got the sudden drive to decorate my space and I reimagined the entire space, and now it's so beautiful and I'm very much inspired and called to be there almost every day now. I've been actually working on a bridal collection. Obviously, I've been speaking about it for so long, and I have yet to make a process video on it because I don't have the time. And frankly, I don't feel ready to share the story yet of my collection. It is pretty straightforward though. It's inspired by swans because swans have played a huge role in my life and in my parents' marriage. And because of that, I wanted to make a collection inspired by it. I've been making a lot of pieces by myself and also with the help of some sewers who have been subconning work for me. I'm very proud of what we've done so far, and I feel like there's so much more to make. And I really hope I have the drive to finish this collection within the next week or so and create more from there, because there's so much inspiration like going through my head right now. Like I mentioned, the Mother Mary dress I really want to make soon. I have the materials for it already. I have that exact piece of fabric that was shown prominently in the film. If you watched it, you know already what it is. I want to make so much, and I also want to make my own clothes because my clothes are no longer particularly tailored to my body. I'm growing up. I want to change my style to something more functional and useful for someone my age. And overall, like I want to be able to hard launch my collection. So I'm going to be working double time this May. And fingers crossed I get everything done, and I'm really really excited because I now have the drive to work again thanks to my atelier and the work I put into it and all the help from my family and my partner, and also the support of my friends. By the way, I am actually going to be at the Tadhana Bridal Affair this July. Please do sign up. Link will be in the description. I'm going to actually partner with my friend Al, who of Hallow Prods. He is a photographer. We are going to be sharing a booth, and hopefully you guys pass by, get some photos taken, and also try on my pieces because I'll have a lot of my works ready for you guys there. And I'm really, really excited because this is my first bridal fair. This is technically the most professional debut that I could possibly make as a bridal designer aside from having a fashion show. And I'm really hoping to make more friends and more connections and hopefully meet some future clients. So if you guys are still like my age, 24, turning 25, and you're, starting to plan that wedding in your head, I hope you keep me in mind, and I hope you recommend me to your family, people who might need wedding dresses or just event dresses in general. I didn't really go outside for the month of April for the most part. Not a lot of events because I've been really holed up in my atelier working on my collection. And because of that, I kind of wanted to find a third space to work on the weekends to multiply my productivity because I still needed to go outside and have some fresh air, right? So I ended up cafe hopping a lot this month. I visited a lot of cafes and I kind of narrowed it down to a few so far. I feel like there's still so much to try. But for now, let me make my recommendation. I frequent Oh Hey There Cafe quite a lot. Like, I feel like I'm gonna go there right after filming this video just because I want to edit in a peaceful environment. It is not exactly my personal aesthetic, like, it doesn't really match my vibe. It has a lot of hot pink and stuff and the whole Bauhaus vibe, but I still appreciate it because it's so unique and their food is delicious, their drinks are amazing, so I can't really complain. It's really fun to be there. I think they have probably the most delicious matcha and hojicha I've ever tried, and also this incredibly delicious cereal cookie dough pudding that pairs really well with their hojicha. I highly recommend it if you're passing by the area. You might actually spot me if you pass by because that's how often I go there. I also frequent this cafe called Concordias in Aguirre. It pretty much encapsulates the idea of local Filipino cafes because it is Bauhaus furniture with industrial gray and also the whole like brutalist look and the IKEA furniture, but their food is so good, so I have to also forgive it. Like, I actually do like the vibe there. I just find that it's such a repetitive aesthetic, and every single cafe, like, there are no more like 90s cafes anymore. Like, nothing's really homey anymore. It feels very sterile for some reason, but their food is really delicious. I personally like to eat their grilled salmon with mango salsa and sweet potato mash. It is so yummy. I go there a lot just to eat that specifically. And I also recently tried their ube latte. I prefer it in 16 ounces because that's how good it is. It is so delicious. I highly recommend going there because they make incredibly delicious food. And also, it makes a really good working space and a place to chill with your friends. I've also visited a cafe called 33 Cafe, which is kind of like the twin of Concordias, but more low key and a little bit more understated, if I could use that word. They serve this really delicious blue matcha, which I think has butterfly pea flowers in it. And I feel like it just reminds me of Percy Jackson because Percy loves to eat blue foods, and I feel like he would drink that specific kind of matcha. It is so good. It's called the beach latte. They also have a very delicious tonkatsu dish that I order frequently now because it is really well made and there's hardly any fat in it, so you just finish the entire thing up. I also have to give a shout out to Cafe 408, Moody's, and Serene's. These are other cafes I tried recently. I super love their matcha in Cafe 408. It has Earl Grey in it, which is delicious and kind of set me on a path to including Earl Grey in pretty much every hojicha I make from now on. I also like Moody's Dubai chocolate. Personally, their drinks are a little bit too sweet for me. Sometimes things are so sweet it feels like you're a child again, but like in a bad way. But I still like their snacks regardless of their coffee being too sweet. And Serene's also has a really good ambience and also a very delicious Earl Grey iced chocolate. Very, very delicious. I don't know what this sudden boom in adding Earl Grey to everything is and where it came from, but it's so good and I highly recommend everybody try it as well. I have been offline a lot more lately. I've been posting a lot less. I feel like everybody's also doing this. People are deactivating their Instagrams. Personally, I still want to stay connected. I have been focusing more on working, as I mentioned, and also visiting marketplaces where I got some books for like 30 pesos. I think I mentioned this in another video before. Now let's talk about all the things that entertained me because there were a lot. I have been recently listening to Luke Rambo's mixes. I actually use his music in my videos. I also listen to this YouTuber called Soju Yakult Plaka. He does these like vinyl record remixes using actual vinyl record. He actually uses different eras of Filipino music to create these very jazzy and soulful playlists to listen to. I find that it's very nice to listen to while I'm editing and also reading because, it feels like summer again when I listen to his music and his remixes. For movies, I want to give a huge shout out to the film Mother Mary starring Anne Hathaway. I think it is an amazing, amazing film. I did not realize that it was going to be Phantom Thread for lesbians. I didn't think it was going to be a fashion movie either, but I was pleasantly surprised to find that it was actually very fashion centric. Like a lot of the fashion processes shown, especially pleating and pattern making, a little bit of pattern making actually, more on the conceptualization. And I know the designer in the film is rather kooky. Even I found her a little weird, but I still related to her audacity to imagine things and her rage and everything. And I don't want to spoil the film yet. I really recommend you watch it. And I hope to make like an outfit inspired by it soon because the music in it is so good. Specifically Holy Spirit. I think that's the title of my favorite song from the Mother Mary Greatest Hits. The song is so good because it's making me choreograph things in my head and create costumes and imagine music videos, and it's so amazing. I really highly recommend the movie because it made me like just gape at the screen for like 2 hours straight because that's how good it was personally to me because I got the vibe. Like I got it. Like not everyone's gonna get it, but I did. I got the vibe. I have been binging but one TV show only this April, and it's actually Desperate Housewives. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what that show is. It's actually infamous. So infamous that it has an SNL parody. YouTube Shorts has been plaguing me with clips from the show, so I finally caved and I watched it, and actually, it is so good. It's like if Sex and the City had murder in it. It's so funny. My personal favorite is actually Brie Vandekamp. I love her so much. She's so funny and so hilarious with her like mothering ways, and she's such a perfect housewife, but when she snaps, it's really funny. If you watch the show, I will say now, I really hate Tom Scavo, I really hate Susan, I really hate the daughter of Tom Scavo. You know which one. I really hate those characters so much. They piss me off every single time they come on screen, but because Brie Vandekamp is there, I am pretty happy. I really love the show. It's so funny, and I could talk about it all day because despite it being conservative, like I know it kind of sucks that it's conservative, but it's still hilarious somehow. I still find it very entertaining, and I highly recommend it if you're into the drama and into the soap operas. It's really funny. And that is pretty much everything that inspired me in the month of April. If you guys like this video, please do like and subscribe and leave something nice in the comment section down below because I would appreciate that in general. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm Odiopaline, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!